Our motto: determine Z parameters. Okay, you can done this question with the help of two methods. First one, alternating method, means I have already discussed interconnection method, that is interconnection method. Okay, I have already discussed there are 5 types of interconnection: series, parallel, series parallel series, and after last one is cascade connection. If for 5 type connection we got, then we apply direct formula and we got the answer. Otherwise you go to the fundamental. So first of all we have discussed alternating, after that go to the fundamental. So if you suppose that you lost the formula, sir, but I know I am confusing in exam. Suppose that series are parallel, which one series means parallel, series parallel series, or series are parallel, or you have formula, your formula, if you formula miss out, then how can apply, how can do it? Okay, and sometime conventional question asking don't use interconnection method, you can use fundamental in ES, UPSC or ssc-je type exam, mains exam. That's why. So I have practice point of view very important. So first of all discuss alternating method. Most of the question, most of the objective question you can done. If you in case of asking in GATE, ES, UPSC objective exam, then you can do this alternative method. Otherwise in case of subjective in case of subjective problem, you can use this formula alternating method also, but if mentioned don't use interconnection method, you use from fundamental, or you can suppose that you have miss out interconnection method sometime, then you can use how can you solve with the help of fundamental. Okay, so that's very important. Now that is HAN means hybrid parameter, and this is hybrid parameter network. NA and NB are corresponding to NA, that is NA, and that is NB are given like this one. So how can you utilize? First of all, alternating, or you can say the interconnection method. Interconnection method. Okay, I know that first one, if you see carefully, port 1 in series or parallel series, that is series, and port 2 in parallel. Why port 1 in series? Suppose that current I1, same current here and same current here. Okay, I know that if two network are series, then in both network current are going on or same I1 and voltage are different, and both voltage are different, so you can connect this one and this one. Okay, so that's why port 1 is series. Now port 2, both current in both branch current are different, and voltage you can say that if you any doubt, then make, sir, I don't understand is series or parallel, so make another circuit. Port 1 is very clear, but your doubt corresponding to port 2. So that is NA and that is NB. Now if you any doubt, then A, B, C, D. A and C connected to 2. A and C connected to 2. A and C here. So connect like this one. Okay. Now after that, B connected to 2 dash and D connected to 2 dash. So clear? So that is V2, and here I2, here I2. Clear? So NA and NB both network on port 1 in series and port 2 in parallel. Clear? Both voltages V2 and here also V2. Clear? Why port 1 in series and port 2 in parallel? So you can apply direct formula if both are port 1 in series, port 2 in parallel. So use, it means series parallel interconnection. Series parallel interconnection. I have already discussed. So H is HA plus HB. HA plus HB. So you can utilize direct formula, that is HA is 25 4 minus 4 1 and HB is 16 1 minus 1 and 0.5. Okay, so finally that is 41 5 minus 5 and 1.5. That is H parameter. Clear? Now our target is determine Z parameter. So how can determine Z parameter? I know that V1 is equal to 41 I1 plus 5 V2. Okay, corresponding to H parameter. Now next one, I2 is equal to minus 5 I1 plus 1.5 V2. Okay, our motto determine Z parameter. So I know that if V2 is written as V2 is equal to 5 divided by 1.5 I1, okay, plus 1 by I2. Okay, so 5 divided by 3, 10 by 3 means 3.33 I1 plus 10 by 15, that is 2 by 3, that is 0.666 I2. Okay, if this value put in equation number 1, okay, if this value put in equation number 1, then we got V1 is equal to 41 into I1 plus 5 into I2 V2, that is 3.33 I1 plus 0.666 I2. So that is 41 I1 plus 41, we got 57 points direct. You can say that 57.65 I1 plus 0.666 into 5, 3.33 I2, that is V1. So finally Z parameter 57.65 and that is 33.33 and V2 3.33 and that is 0.666. Okay, this is the final answer corresponding to Z parameter. Now next target is we can do it with the help of conventional method. Conventional method means if you suppose that forget the formula corresponding to this one, port 1 both are series, port 2 in parallel, then you utilize this formula. Otherwise in subjective way, sometime exam asking don't use interconnection method, you can use conventional way. Okay, then utilize this formula. Okay, so first of all, okay, we got answer in both case, in both method we got same. Okay, now first of all, this one is converted like this one, very clear. And this one is a network 1 and this is network 2. Corresponding to network 1, this is I1A and that is I1A. Okay, that is network NB, we can IB. Okay, and here I1. Okay, now that is I2A, here I2A, here I2B, and here I2B, and voltage that is VB, V2B and V2A. And okay, clear or not? I1A this equal to I1B, this equal to I1, and V1 this equal to V1A plus V1B. Clear? This voltage this equal to this one plus this one. Similarly, what about I2? I2A plus I2B. And what about voltage? Like this one. Okay, now corresponding to this one, V1A is written as, this is H parameter, so that is 25 I1A plus 4 V2, and here V2A, and that is I2A is written as minus 4 I1A plus V2A. Okay, and this one is also written as, this is 25 I1 4 V2. Okay, that's why I2A is written as minus 4 I1 plus V2. Similarly, corresponding to network 2, V1B, it is 16 I1B plus V2B. Okay, and I2B is written as minus 1 I1B plus 0.5 V2B. Okay, that is 16 V1 I1 plus, that is this one. V1 is written as V1A plus V1B, 25 I1 plus 4 V2, and V1B is 16 I1 plus V2, 41 I1 plus 5 V2, that is V1. Okay, now our motto determine if equation number 1, this is equation number 1. Now next target I2, I2A, I2 is I2A, I2A is minus 4 I1 plus V2, and I2B, this is minus I1 plus 0.5 V2. Okay, So I2 this will be equal to, and here 1.5 V2. So V2 is written as 5 divided by 1.5 I1 plus I2 divided by 1.5. It means 1 divided by 0.3, 10. It is written as 0.666 I2, and here 5 divided by 1.5, 3.33 I1, that is V2. If this value put in equation number 1, then V1 is got 41 I1 plus 5 3.33 I1 plus 0.666 I2. So V1 is got 57.65 I1 plus 3.33 into I2. Okay, any doubt? Then 5 like this one plus 41, same. Clear? Now 5 into 0.666, that is 3.33. Clear? So with the help of conventional method we got same result. Okay, so you can solve any question corresponding to this type of question. You can solve with the help of interconnection method and second one conventional method. So first of all make it, after that we have discussed another question also. Okay, how to determine H parameter. Okay, so first of all we check our motto. What is our motto? Our motto, determine H parameter. How to determine? First of all, this is two network corresponding to this one and corresponding to this one. Okay, this one is a NA, we have considered, take that is NA, and this network we have considered corresponding to NB. Okay, clear? Now first of all I have already discussed interconnection method. That's why with the help of interconnection method we can solve it. Okay, how can we resolve it? So first of all I know that if this is 1, that is 1 dash, if this is 2, and that is 2 dash. Clear or not? Okay, now from fundamental, here if current I1 here, sorry, and here I1, that is I1A, that is I1B. Clear? Now corresponding to here, that is I1B, and here I1A. Now this voltage is V1 and this voltage corresponding to V2. Okay, same thing, that is I2A and here I2B, if this is I2. Okay, now after that here I2A and here I2B. Clear? Now so first of all make corresponding to circuit. Okay, which one is series and which one is parallel. Now network 1, so first of all make another circuit, that is this one and this one, that is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, and here also 2 ohm. Okay, that is 1, that is 1 connected to, now 1 connected to, and sorry, so first of all we make like this one, and this one is connected to 1 dash, so this one connected to 1 dash means suppose that is 1 dash. Okay, that is 1 and that is 1 dash. Clear? Now so first of all 1 dash corresponding to 1 and 1 dash, 1 dash connected to NA, so make like this one, and another way, this one connected to okay, this one connected to this one, so clear, this one connected to this one, that's why. Now this one connected to 1 dash, that's why here. After that NB last part is also connected to this one, okay, clear or not? 1 1 1, similar, that is 2, and here 2 dash, this one connected to this one, so if you make, sorry, and finally last one connected to here, okay, so this one is a V1 and this one is a V2, this one is a V1 and this one is a V2, okay. Now both are parallel clear, because of this is I1A, I1B, same thing here also, I1A, and here, sorry, I1B, so I1, and here I1. Now that is I2, and here I2, I2B, okay, and that is I2A, and here I2B, and here I2A, sorry, like this one, and here like this one. So port 1, so you can say that port 1 in parallel, port 1 is parallel, both are parallel, NA and NB are parallel, and port 2 in also parallel. If any doubt, then make like this one, otherwise simply you can say that both current are different and both current are different, okay, it means this one is a parallel. Same thing here also, port 2 and port 1 both are parallel. So our motto, first of all, determine YA, and after that YB, and this one connect, finally connect, then we got Y corresponding to this one. After that this Y converted into H parameter, okay. So we have focus on one by one. Now that is 2 ohm, that is 2 ohm, and that is 2 ohm, okay. Corresponding to this network, that is V1, here I1A, here I1B, okay. Now I2A, and here I1A and I2A, that is V2, okay. Our motto, we are focused on I1A and I1B, sorry, I1A and I2B, I2A we got corresponding to Y parameter something and V1, V2, okay. So if you consider, suppose that current I11 and here I12, so I1A is written as I11 plus I12, and this one take reference node. If you consider reference node, that's why it is written as I11 means that is V1 and here V2 if this one is a grounded. So V1 minus 0 divided by 2 and clear, V11 I11 like this one, I12 is V1 minus V2 divided by 2. So I1A this is equal to V1 minus V2 by 2. Okay, V1 clear or not, that is 1 by 2 and this is 1 by 2. So we got corresponding to this one, I1A this is equal to V1 minus V2 by 2. Okay, now another way, I2A is written as, if this current is I22 and here I21, then it is written as corresponding to I22 plus I21. I22 means V2 by 2 plus V2 minus V1 by 2. So we got minus V1 by 2. Clear? So now our next target corresponding to second network. This one is 1 ohm and this is also 1 ohm and that is also 1 ohm. It is written as B terms and it is written as in the terms of B, and here also written as B and that is B. Okay, 1 1 1. So simply I1B written as, so V1 plus V1 minus V2 divided by 1. So 2 V1 minus V2, that is I1B. Similarly I2B is written as I22 plus I21. So I22 is V2 minus 0 divided by 1 plus I21 V2 minus V1 divided by 1. So we got minus V1 plus 2V2, that is I2B. Okay, now YB is written as 2 minus 1 and here that is 2. Okay, so net Y both are parallel, port 1 and port 2, that's why. So net Y is YA plus YB. So 1 plus 2, that is 3, minus 1 and minus 1 and minus 1, sorry, minus half, minus 3 by 2, minus half, this is also minus 3 by 2 and 2 plus 1, that is 3, that is Y parameter. Okay, so finally we got Y parameter. Now next target is determine H parameter. Okay, our next target is determine H parameter. How can determine H parameter? I know that V1 is equal to H11 into I1 plus H12 into V2, and here I2 is equal to H21 into I1 plus H22 into V2. Okay, and what about this one? This one is written as I1 is equal to 3 into V1 minus 3 by 2 into V2, and I2 is written as minus 3 by 2 V1 plus 3 V2. Okay, now our motto I2 in the terms of I1 and V2 and V1 in the terms of I1 and V2. So here from this equation V1 is written as 1 by 3 I1 plus 1 by 2 V2 divided by 3 in both sides. Then we got corresponding to this one V1 and corresponding to this one. Okay, so our next target is, if this value put in equation number 2, that is equation number 2. If this value put in equation number 2, then I2 this will be equal to minus 3 by 2 into plus half, 1 by 3 I1 plus 1 by 2 V2 plus 3 V2. So minus half into I1 plus minus 3 by 4 V2 plus 3 by 2. Okay, so minus half I1, 12 minus 3, that is 9 by 4, that is 9 by 4 V2, that is I2. Okay, I2 in the terms of I1 and V2 like this one. So finally H parameter is written as 1 by 3, 1 by 2, minus half and 9 by 4. Make it. This is the final answer. You can determine G parameter. This is the ZA and this is ZB are given in question, in both are in ohm. Clear? So first of all, our motto, determine G parameter. Corresponding question, that is G parameter. Now first of all, what about port 1? Port 1 in both are parallel or series. If this is network NA and that is NB, both network are parallel or series. Port 1 in series or parallel. In parallel. Why? Because of both voltage corresponding to V1 for NA and NB, both are same, and current is different. Okay, if you are in doubt, then make another circuit, that is NA and here NB. Okay, now there is one and second one, 1 dash. This is 1 dash. Okay, incoming current I1 and outgoing current I1 and here I1. Okay, now this one, if that is one, that is NA and here NB. Now this one connected, suppose that is A, B, C, D. A and C both are same thing, A and C, so that's why make like this one. B and D both are connected in 1 dash, so if this one connected here and second one connected here. Clear? So very clear, both are parallel. If this voltage is V1, then same voltage respond here and same voltage respond here, means V1 here and also V1 here. Okay, now here both, that is V2, current I2 and here I2. Okay, okay, clear, I2. If I2 current flow, then I2 here and same I2 current, means both are series. Both voltage, if V of A2, that is V of V2. Okay, though both voltage are series. Clear? So port 1 in parallel and port 2 in series. So which type of combination? G type combination. So finally G is written as GA plus GB. Okay, GA plus GB. So first of all, this one is converted into G type parameter and this one is also converted into G parameter. Okay, clear or not? So first of all, written corresponding to this is Z parameter. So now NA network, that is NA network. Okay, V1 is written as 22 I1 plus 20 I2, and V2 this is equal to 5 I1 plus 10 I2. Okay, I know that. What about G parameter? I know that V1 this is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 into V2. This is the H parameter, and I2 this is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 into V2. So this is the inverse of, means if both are replaced here, then V2 this is equal to V2 this is equal I1, first of all I1 this is equal to G11 into I1 into V1 and G12 into I2. Okay, now what about V2? V2 this is equal to G21 into V1 plus G22 into I2. Clear? So first of all, these two equation converted like this one. I1 in the terms of V1 and I2. I1 in the terms of V1 and I2. So I1 is written as 1 by 22 V1, and that is minus 20 divided 22 I2. Okay. Now next target is V2, V1 and I2. If this value put in equation number 2, that is 1 and that is 2 and that is 3. Then what about V2? V2 is written as 1 by 5, 1 by 22 V1 minus this one is written 10 by 11, or better to write 20 by 22 into I2 plus 10 I2. Okay, so V2 is written as 5 divided by 22 V1 minus so 5 divided by 22 V1 plus 220 minus 100, that is 120. 120 divided by 22 I2, that is V2. So finally GA is written as GA this is equal to 1 by 22 minus 20 by 22. Okay, and that is 5 by 22, and here 1 by 20 like this one. Now after that is GA. Now corresponding to network NB network, V1 is written as 50 I1 plus 25 I2, and V2 better sometime you can also written as V1B, V1I. Okay, this one is V1B, V2B. Okay, and this one is I1B, I2B. Okay, if you feel comfortable, then otherwise write correspond. If mention here, then V1, V2 are mentioned. Otherwise you mention V1A, V1B, I1B, I2B, and here V2B. Okay, same thing, I1B plus 30 into I2. Okay, now our motto, I1 this is equal to G11 into V1 plus G12 into I2. Okay, and here V2 this is equal to G21 into V1 plus G22 into I2. So first of all convert I1 in the terms of V1 and I2. I1 in the terms of V1 and I2. So first of all, this one is converted. I1 is written as 1 by 50 V1 minus 1 by 25 by 50 means 1 by 2 I2. Okay. Now another way, V2, V1 and I2. So if this value put in here, then V2 this will equal to 25 into 1 by 50 V1 minus 1 by 2 I2 plus 30 I2. So 1 by 2 V1 minus 25 by 2, that is 12.5. Sorry 25 by 2 I2 plus 30 by I2. So finally 1 by 2 V1 minus, that is 12.5. 12.5 minus 30 minus 12.5, that is 17.5. We got 17.5 I2, that is V2. Okay. So GB this will equal to 1 by 50. 1 by 50 and minus 1 by 2 minus 0.5, and this is 0, and here 17.5. Okay, that is GA and GB. Okay. Now port 1 in parallel and port 2 in series, that's why that is G parameter. Our motto, determine G parameter. So how can determine? I know that G is written as GA 1 by 22, 1 by 22, that is 0.045 plus 1 by 50, that is 0.02. Okay. Now minus 20 divided by 22 minus 0.5, and so finally minus 1.40 if both are adding. Now next one, 5 divided by 22 like this one plus 0.5, that is 0.7272. Okay. Now next one, 120 divided by 22 like this one plus 17.5, that is we got 22.95. Okay. If this one is added 4, so 4 plus 2 6. So final answer is like this one. Make it.